OP Garage Racer. Now we have an unusual issue. Nobody expected it. We didn't expect it either. But I think everybody will be interested to know what is a car at the bottom of the market. Imagine you take 328, all-wheel drive. You look down the price. And this car is at the bottom of the market. And imagine everybody's afraid to buy it. They don't know the risks. And we've bought this car. And now we're going to show you the downsides and the upsides, whether we've got it or not. And the first downside has already appeared in the filming. She's pissed herself over there. Now we're going to find out how serious it is. If seriously, we are often asked, as we can import cars from USA, often ask F30, 328, they're for $15,000, for 14 USD, someone for 13 ask. We say that from America, it is almost unrealistic, except that they are 2 months to trade and long wait, and customers look at car sale site. They see cars there for 15,000 USD, for 16, for 17, and also for 14. And they think, shit, what is it for $14,000? And if it's USA, you can take it for 15, for 16. Shit, it's interesting. Take it, don't take it. And look, this car is bought at the bottom of the market. By the way, how much it is bought? Write in the comments, 10 first comments. Who will be approximately close? The closest in price for you will be free suspension diagnostic and computer diagnostic. What will be the benefit of this video for you? We as auto service men, bloggers bought this car at the bottom of the market to show you what awaits you if you suddenly buy such a car. We take on bear these risks, this responsibility. If anything, we will fix it and show you. And it will be an interesting project for you. So who liked it? Write likes and subscribe for sure. If briefly about this car, it was purchased a year ago. Car got hit in the face. There was no bumper. Their headlights and part of the amplifiers on the attachments. It's owner made, and it was about 6 months. In general, the car is not badly beaten and made. The mileage, it was about 170,000 kilometers of mileage. Now we have 18,500 kilometers. That is, we bought car with 18,500 kilometers on the configuration. As is clear, it is a bum package. Well, except that there is all-wheel drive, and it is 328. There is a bum package. There are no Parktronic, no rear view camera, no sport. Seats. Of the cool options, here is NBT, but it has nuances. It works halfway. There are also heated steering wheel, sport pre-restyling steering wheel, heated seats. There is heated rear seats, but this is only Sergey Beko shows off this option on his car, but nobody needs it. What else is there in terms of cool options, comfort access? But it's on the front doors only. It's some bullshit, but it's there. Just found out while I put the headlight washer on here, she pissed herself. I found out I have a headlight washer, but we'll probably turn it off. Fuck it at all. On halogen, which does not light. Also, to generally sad was not to look at the dashboard F30, the usual. Here there is an expanded dashboard. It at least somehow smooths the view. There is a larger screen. At least something shows it's more fun this way. Also there is a sunroof. Well, the sunroof is ordinary and folding mirrors, as Sergey says, but on all F30 from USA there is. Well, and as always, the bum package F30 accompanies the most crap wheels, which if you have good discs, offer in a personal message in Instagram. Also in F30 from USA, even the most bum goes electric seats, here they are also. How we bought it, I posted a few posts in Insta, a few stories. We were looking for F30 with more than 300,000 kilometers of mileage. By the way, another benefit of the video is that you see what is F30 at 185,000 kilometers of mileage. That is, everyone thinks that you should take 50,000 kilometers of mileage, up to 100,000 kilometers of mileage. When it doesn't fit within the budget, take 120, 150. And here we will now show you 185, and you will now assess in what condition it is F30. Subscriber, thank you by the way. If you have a BMW, come, we'll give you a free suspension diagnostic and computer diagnostic. The subscriber through the Insta stories of other dudes. These are colleagues who are engaged in building coaches for drifting. There are E30, E36, E46, E92. It was the account of the drift inspector. He posted that he was selling some client's car below the market, all-wheel drive. I contacted him. Car recently had a maintenance here 500 kilometers ago, changed the oil in the engine. In short, all the fluids, antifreeze, brake fluid, oil in the box. Here, that is, it was serviced so normal. Please note, only the oil in the box cost to change about $250. Plus, I looked at the VIN code. It was not badly beaten, of course. Well, quickly wrote to see what kind of car. We had to check this option. The drift inspector came to us at the station. We lifted car, looked. Recently, there was a diagnosis of the suspension, and they did the repair. That is, the shock absorbers were replaced, dust covers, supports, also large silent blocks of longitudinal curved arms, Then what else is there? Dust covers, bumpers of rear shock absorbers. And something else small, that is, the suspension was fixed, what was clearly visible, that is, we lifted it, looked at it, everything seems to be normal. There's nothing much to cling to. I made a computer diagnostics, saw there only a couple of errors in multimedia MBT. Some error in the coding was such, I think, okay, whatever. We do not give a shit about multimedia MBT. The main thing for us is to have more mileage. The motor N20, from which we are going to do stage 3 or stage 4. It is the fastest F30 328 in Kyiv will be, or maybe in Ukraine. We want to show you how it is, a resource motor, and how cool. Everything turns out, so errors looked, we drove, everything is normal. Measured on draggy 0-100 kilometers per hour with one pedal. It seems normal. I looked again, errors, all the same errors, nothing new happened. That is, the car at first glance was in normal condition, plus still serviced 500 kilometers ago. Of course I agreed, buy this BMW, because all the more necessary for the project all-wheel drive, 328 to show you 0-100 kilometer per hour good time. That is, we want to about 4 seconds, even maybe the output of 4 seconds, 0-100 on 2 liter. Gasoline, so if you are interested, put likes and subscribe and follow us further. Already on the car, drove 500 kilometers, already rode hard in a car, made a few races with about 7 rivals. They will be with us further on YouTube. Already flashed stage 1. Already was to the dyno. In short, about this will be another video. Who will be interested? The exact horsepower on the stock, on stages, on 95 RON and 98 RON gasoline. On the first stage, there are already measurements. And by the way, who will be interested? 5,000 kilometers mileage. Kind of wondering, if this BMW F30 has lost horses, do you think the horses are already dead? But there will be a follow-up video and have a look. For the first 500 kilometers so far, revealed a few shortcomings. The very first shortcomings, of course, compared to my M240 with sport seats. When I sit down on usual seats in 3 and 28, immediately for me, a shortcoming, it's, damn, ordinary seats. It's a stupid couch. It stupidly pisses you off. It does not embrace you. It is not for you. The car does not seem to be waiting for you. If I sit in M240, oh, car is waiting for me. Everything is clear. Here in 328, I sit. Just a sofa, in short, to watch TV. In general, we want to replace it now. Who has options, suggestions for sport seats, black, you can with. Red stitching in general, suggest, consider, and maybe we will buy, put, show you how to put. But this drawback refers to the bum package, specifically to the mileage and the price. The seats are in good condition. There are no scratches, that is, they look like Sergei Beyko. Sergei Beyko has 85,000 kilometers of mileage, and we have 185. The seats look identical, by the way. The steering wheel too. The steering wheel is in good condition. There are no scratches. Well, everything is tolerable for its mileage. Really, what defect was revealed? This multimedia NBT is semi-working. That is, that error was there for a reason. Now I read again. There is an error on the hard disk in the NBT. That is, it does not load. You cannot load anything. That is, the navigation does not work. Music from the phone doesn't work. That is, any sounds from the phone via Bluetooth don't work. That is, you can make calls. The caller works. You can hear everything on speakerphone. It's fine. But when you play a movie there, sound doesn't work. Also, here are the disadvantages. Maybe it's that it's an American chop perhaps on the mileage. But here we saw that it pissed apparently somewhere torn hose, which goes to the nozzle supply, to the headlights, to the headlight washer. That is, perhaps it came off. I don't know. We'll fix it. We'll see. Maybe we'll turn off this system, because on halogens it's, well, useless thing. They already shine badly. Headlight washer, that is, there's no need for it. Only washer will be wasted. Next shortcoming is a handle in the driver's door. But this is often in F30, even at a lower kilometerage. The handle there has a kind of chewed rubber, such a scratched rubber, then still need to replace. It happens on the F10, and it happens on the F30 as well. Another drawback is a weakened trunk opening shock absorber. Here, look, open it, the door. 1. Oops, he fell. I lowered my head there once and banged my head on the yada yada. So it's not nice. Now we'll show you how it should be. Using Sergei Beyko's car as an example, this is what it should look like. Oops. The trunk opens and it stays there. I've got a bad shock absorber causing it to start dangling and dropping at the bottom. Let's keep going. A little insert about the faults that were found. There's a problem with the key. The key was disassembled or glued, that is, what, it looks incomprehensible or fell. There is no latch, that is. If you take your finger like this, I'll show you how. Like this, you have a... What? Haha, haha. Shit, is it working? Ha 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 ha, wait. What the fuck are you saying? A BMW isn't reliable? Look, it works. Nothing. We will change it. We have Chinese hulls at the service. Then something glitches the key. I can't understand, probably the board or something with wireless connection. You can connect another one. In general, sometimes the start-stop doesn't turn on. It writes that there is no key, like connect it to the steering column. And because of that, I'm assuming that's why the comfort access sometimes doesn't work, because on my M240 it works just fine. It's never failed once in the whole time, in a year, roughly speaking. It's fucked up here. Chicks. Oh, it worked. Fuck, oh, it worked. Look at this. Also, upon inspection, I noticed some scratches on the paintwork. It is a little on the front bumper, a little on the rear bumper. There are also dents on the roof. But for us, for the project, these scratches do not really decide. If anything, we will tape it. These scratches will somehow cover. We found one more drawback. It is not the original front glass. At Copart on photos so, and will not say that it is broken. But here, apparently, it was changed. It is unclear. Some kind of Chinese, but there is one moment after the purchase on the second day or the third, drove the Audi in front of me on the stones. Something from it as flew out, got here, and here's such a scratch. Now I don't know whether to change it or to cover with liquid glass. Almost every F30 after 150,000 kilometers of mileage has a scratch the trunk opening button. It's always scratched. Here it remains scratched. Nobody cares, it seems. Also, I think the owner was worried about the start-stop button, so he put a normal one from a junkyard. Also, we found more scratches on the rear door cards, right or left. Also, while we were looking at the car, Sergei Beyko found such an incomprehensible hole right in the body. That is, from that side there is no hole. I did not notice it at all. There is a hole here. Either someone fired a gun or something. But he assumes that it is for paintless dent removal. That is, they made a hole, put something in, and pulled it out somehow. Well, anyway, who can know? Guesses? Write your options. It will be interesting to read. Also, even before the purchase and before the main set of work on the suspension and maintenance, the owner about 6 months ago got a problem on the transfer case. There was a mistake that it was with frictions. They were completely worn out. And here in Kyiv it was removed, sent to Kharkov. There is now a tag even that it is made in Kharkov. We know this company. They fixed the transfer case for $650. That is, look, the former transfer case costs about $700 and $800 and its repair costs from about $650. So it's a pretty good investment at that mileage. You'll know that the transfer case can die by 200,000 kilometers.
Or maybe not die.
Maybe not die. Or maybe I can come it and it won't come. During the viewing, I saw that it was dirty. It had black bitumen on it. But the drift inspector, that's our colleague, he had already cleaned and tidied up the appearance by the time of re-registration of the car, and there were no mats on it. Then I noticed some kind of a strange mat, and on the third day or so, I just checked out where the mat was removed from. Ha ha ha. Anyway, hello to the drift inspector. I know, we once got a letter from some mats company and they offered to make mats for my M240. I'm telling them, make them for F30. We'll give Sergei Beyko a ride. He didn't have any. Look, now we have a F30. We don't have mats. So you can make them, we'll put them on. We can advertise you there.
Why is the only thing in this car, the only thing from Toyota is the floor mat, and is it full of holes and broken? Toyota is reliable.
You see, that Toyota didn't need them anymore. The Toyota's in a junkyard somewhere. A piece of carpet's left behind. Also, I think we are being watched by some junkyard men or auto service men all over Ukraine and world. Maybe they have some sports seats to throw in here. We would buy and put them on. Or some rims prettier, because these standard ones are not good at all. Also, M-bumper or maybe something on optics there is. So write your suggestion in direct to Instagram. A typical customer of ours has about 100, 120, 150,000 kilometers of mileage on his BMW F30. A lot of customers are afraid of the N20 already after 200,000. We took 185,000 to show you how it's going to live, how it's going to perform on stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, and maybe even stage 4. So the purpose of this video is to show you that at 200,000 kilometers of mileage, the F30 is quite a peppy machine. And in general, it may not look any different from an F30 that's 100,000 kilometers. And also, we have a trick. We have a client who has F10, 350,000 kilometers of mileage. We have done stage. I did a post about it in Instagram, and we will soon shoot about it video and show you what condition of the interior and the state of the car in general at 350,000 kilometers of mileage. It is N55 3 liters. Another purpose of this car is to show the viewers and customers and us how much N20 can withstand in the stock. That is, everyone says that he does not hold more than 300 forces, he tortures him and so on. We are planning to take off about 350 horsepower from this N20 with a hybrid turbo. That is, we are going to do stage 3 here, and I think you are all wondering when it is going to fuck up. There's either connecting rods or pistons or something's going to break. But maybe it will hold normally, and then we'll make a stage 4 with it and make a lot more than 400 horsepower, and we'll beat the stock M cars and also the 335ths on the stages. Imagine a 328, a 2-liter milk carton. That's what it looks like as a sleeper, which just on a bum package drives up to the intersections and fucks the 335ths on the stages, or there as stock M cars will drive well, and even more so will fuck the 335ths, 340 on the stock. But initially we're going to blow into the stock, we're going to do stage 3, and we're going to check how reliable the motor is and how much power it holds. That's all, we finished the video. We told you about our plans for this F30, and the next video will be about its measurements on the stock and on the stage. And by the time it will be released, it will already be on stage 2, it will already bend competitors, and those who hurt it on the stock, and there are quite a lot of them. So subscribe to the channel, put likes. By the way, maybe someone is interested in retrofitting this car with bum package. In theory, we can make it not bum at all. For example, retrofit it with LED optics, M package, seats, multimedia NBT Evo, and so on. That is all sorts of options on the exterior and on the inside. That is, who is interested in such upgrades, write in the comments, maybe offer. Also, who has interesting projects or interesting BMW, for example, on 300 plus forces, and who lives in Kyiv, who wants to fight with this little one on stage 2 plus. We will measure it, by the way, on stage 2, then stage 2 plus, then stage 3. By the way, we haven't come up with a name for this playlist or this car, this project. There's going to be a lot of episodes on it. Write in the comments for the best, or to whom we will choose. I do not know. We will think up some cool prize. For example, there is a $25 if we choose your name of this project, or some diagnostics at our service station. In general, go to the comments, write something there, put likes, subscribe, and we went to put config stage 2 and then stage 3, and check how long this engine N20 will live on 200,000 kilometers of mileage.